question about the championships, broadcasting all of those, and you were talking about staffing issues with each of the schools. At the OVC, we do all of our broadcasts for our championships, either at the institutions or neutral sites. However, we have to provide the staffing for that. And I was just curious what you all do for your conference championships staffing-wise. Do you require help from your institutions? Like if it's at their institution for, say, a soccer championship, do they have to provide X amount of workers for you, or do you actually hire out to third-party production companies or anything like that?
We do a little bit of both. For our championships, if it's at a school site, we contact the video coordinator, and if we're lucky enough, they'll let us use their equipment so we don't have to bring ours. And for other tournaments, like the spring tournaments, when video coordinators are wrapping up, we actually employ them. And we find that it's a really good opportunity for them to just kind of come, not have the stress of being responsible for the stream. That's my job now. And to be able to make some extra money. And also, we get more accomplished on the comms doing that than we do at our end of the year meetings. Just be able to talk shop basically in between certain shots and stuff like that. So.
The only championship that we have that's at a school site is our cross-country championships in the fall, so that rotates every year in terms of the host institution, and we at the conference hire a production company to stream that live. So we don't require the schools to provide workers, although sometimes the video managers from the host institution wants to get in on it, so might hire them as a photog or some other job.
For us, it's kind of a hierarchy. We reach out to the school first. If it's a host institution, call it swimming, we'll ask them what their plates look like for that weekend. You could have basketball, you could have hockey, it could be a lacrosse overlap weekend with winter and spring. So we'll reach out to them first. If they want to take that on and it's a nice resume builder for them, they'll certainly do it and feel welcome to do it. We love it when that happens because there's no one that understands the network feel and consistency better than them. If that isn't the case, they're free and open to say, hey, can't handle it that weekend. We'll move on to a third party that we trust, that we've worked with, and move on from there. The last championship of our year was rowing this year, and it was down at Princeton, and Emery and his team, I had a light bulb moment, and Emery and his team actually came down and produced it for us, did a fantastic job. So no one understands your league better than the people in your league, and the more that we can keep it in-house, we like to do, but we certainly don't want to put it on already an overload plate onto theirs.
For us, it's a hybrid. We've been doing this a while, as we said, so part of the deal in being a championship host for us is the Big South Network is part of hosting the championship. So the host campus has the primary responsibility for making that a reality, but the conference office will step in and help, and will also lean on other schools because obviously all the members are participating in a lot of these. So we lean on them for some additional support. Now, if it's a neutral site, primary responsibility resides in the conference. So we do hire out freelance for filling out a crew and rely on some of our schools. Our most recent example was baseball was last week at a completely new neutral site for us, never been there before, everything from scratch, and the production was largely done as a collaboration from our folks with Winthrop and Charleston Southern and the conference office, and the teamwork wound up producing a pretty good event there. Unfortunately, the conference's Big South Network director couldn't really work in conjunction with the BSN because I was also the baseball tournament director. So I had to ask, in this case, Winthrop and Charleston Southern, like, I'm going to dump this on you, and because I have to be on call the entire time, and they did a wonderful job. So if you've got the schools that have built up the experience, that not only will they be there to do it, they will want to do it so long as you recognize and reward them for what they're doing.
Sure. Is it ever an issue where if you're dealing with a sport where the top seed is the host and you don't discover who the top seed is till the Sunday before, and then like the tournament starts Wednesday and you're like, go, 4 days?
Yes, but there is also an expectation, like if it's the first round is hosted by the top 4 seeds, things like that, they know that that's coming, and they're supposed to prepare for that coming, and in most cases they do, and we work with them. It's like, okay, you're still on the board for this. Are you good? Are you ready?
Sure.
And in most cases, they obviously are.